He is a very unorthodox candidate to become the vice chair of the Democratic National Committee. Republicans rejoiced when this happened because they thought he was way too liberal, way too sort of out of touch with mainstream America, and would say and do things that would disrupt the Democratic Party. Well,
we got to talk about DNC Vice Chair David Hogg, because once again, it seems like the entire Democrat Party is just in complete disarray. The entire thing. And the great news for us is there's literally probably only maybe 2 of them, maybe 3, that I could possibly think of that are actually moving in the right direction. The rest of the party is still going in the wrong direction, and it is glorious to watch. And then amongst this whole party, right, even amongst the people that are still moving further left, there's a bunch of infighting within them. And this is one of those battles. David Hogg, DNC Vice Chair.
The number of votes necessary to receive a majority, 205. The final tally of votes, Malcolm Kenyatta, 298. David Hogg, 214.5. Gina Rapace, 112. Kaylin Free, 96. Shasti Conrad, 91.5.
This is the guy they elected, David Hogg, and man, is it funny to watch this guy.
First of all, thank you, Chairman Harrison. Can we give a round of applause to Jamie? Thank you. Thank you. Who's ready to take the fight to the Republicans and win this thing? Are you guys ready to fight? It's been a long day, but guess what? We have a long road ahead. Let's go and kick some ass. Let's go win our young people back, and let's stop sending just our thoughts and prayers to address gun violence and do something. Are you ready to do that? Because together, we can make school shooter drills history and not headlines. Are you ready to do that? Together, we can address the housing crisis and so many other issues of our time that are affecting our young people. Because tonight, Malcolm and I won with your support. Thank you so much. You guys rock, and thank you again to Jamie. Thank you to Justin. Give a round of applause to Justin Pearson. And all my friends in the young Dems, the college Dems, the high school Dems. I love you guys so much. I could go on and on.
Okay, that's enough. Are you ready to fight? It's so weak. It's so pathetic. My goodness. So, David Hogg is the vice chair of the DNC, and he's wanting to primary some of his own fellow Democrats to the tune of $20 million. And the establishment, they don't like it.
Well, so here's James Carville. Here's what he had to say about your idea. Take a listen.
The most insane thing I ever heard is the vice chair of the Democratic National Committee is spending $20 million running against other Democrats. Aren't we supposed to run against Republicans?
What's your response?
What's his plan to deal with our 27% approval rating? That's my question to him. The fact of the matter is right now, our party is in a crisis. We are seeing people lose faith in our party. They're losing faith in democracy across the country. And we need to make sure that we're getting people to vote for Democrats, not simply because we're not Donald Trump, but because we have a better message, a better option for them. Not simply the less bad of 2 options, as I think Carville tries to promote when he says, well, we just shouldn't say anything. Carville believes in a politics of being timid, of hiding. I believe in fighting. And that is what people want to see right now from the Democratic Party. And we just saw an example of that with Senator Van Hollen going to El Salvador to say, we need to meet with this man. And yes, Democrats obviously are in the minority right now, but let's be clear, we cannot win back the majority if we do not convince the American people that our party offers something that isn't just not Donald Trump, but is substantially better than Donald Trump, that fights to lower costs for Americans across the country, whether it's healthcare, housing, or the foundational building blocks of the American dream that feels so out of reach for people, or addressing gun violence. We can't simply just hide, as Carville repeatedly promotes, not to mention the fact that, frankly, he has not won an election since before I was born. I think it's time for some new voices in our party.
When were you born?
2000.
Well, I guess that. So anyway, I can hear James Carville's head exploding all the way from New Orleans when you called him timid. And James, you're welcome back on the show next week. And you
Happy to talk more.
And you can.
Yeah, I'm loving it, baby. I am loving it. Absolutely loving it. I want to read a little bit of this thread here with y'all. 25-year-old DNC Vice Chair David Hogg just dropped a bomb. just dropped a $20 million bomb. He's funding primary challenges against establishment Dems. The party elite is freaking out, and they're doing something about it. Remember when Hillary controlled the DNC in 2016, how their chair had to be axed because she got caught rigging the primary against Bernie? Now they've decided neutrality matters. DNC Chair Ken Martin says we can't be both referee and player. Chief offender David Hogg. Hogg is the newly elected DNC vice chair who milked surviving a school pew-pew into a free ride at Harvard in a bazillion media appearances. He's the Greta Thunberg of gun control. Gosh, what happened to her? I feel like she just kind of disappeared, which, I mean, I guess ain't a bad thing, but I feel like she was everywhere for a while, and then she was nowhere, you know? Kind of interesting. DNC chair just gave David Hogg an ultimatum. Stay neutral in primaries or step down. Why? Because 25-year-old VP pledged $20 million to primary old Dems while an officer of the National Committee. So yes, Ken Martin is basically issuing David Hogg this ultimatum and telling him, hey, yo, you gonna have to step down as DNC vice chair. Or you can not use that $20 million to primary other Democrats and you could stay vice chair. But if you want to use it, you got to go. The establishment is freaking out. James Carville called it the most insane thing I ever heard. So yeah, that is absolutely hilarious right there. 20 M's. Let's talk numbers. Hogg's $20 million to challenge Old Guard versus the DNC's new $1 million for state parties. Which investment do you think might actually shake things up? That's the real reason they're upset. Not to mention their gravy train, right? Act Blue is under extreme investigation, under a lot of scrutiny right now. So who knows what's going to come out of that and if they'll still have Act Blue. So their fundraising is going to be completely hampered. And when you can't win an election after fundraising over $2 billion, allegedly, in 3 months and burning through all of it to the point where you were in debt, $20 million? Well, I believe it was $20 million. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I believe Kamala was in debt, or her campaign was in debt, $20 million after the campaign, when they reportedly blew through over $2 billion in 3 months. 3 months. That wasn't a whole year campaign. It wasn't a year-long deal. You know, not even 6 months. In 3 months, reportedly, she blew through over $2 billion. To the point where she was $20 million in debt afterwards. How crazy is that? And she still lost. That's the craziest part. She still lost. And now the Democrat gravy train is possibly coming to a screeching halt. If you couldn't win with $2 billion, how the hell you gonna win with $500 million? You know, where that's cut, you know, where that $2 billion is completely cut down, or $300 million. How you gonna win with that? That's why I think Ken Martin, the DNC chair, is freaking out about this, but here's his statement.
Let me be unequivocal. No DNC officer should ever attempt to influence the outcome of a primary election, whether on behalf of an incumbent or a challenger. If you want to challenge incumbents, you're more than free to do that, but just not as an officer of the DNC, because our job is to be neutral arbiters. We can't be both the referee and also the player at the same time.
Oh, baby, I'm loving it. Man, I need me a bag of popcorn because this is entertaining. Watching them like run around like chickens with the, oh my God, Trump, no, Trump did this, Trump did that, oh my goodness, pointing the finger at Trump, panicking over Trump every 2 seconds, and then now they're infighting amongst themselves. No, F you, David Hogg, we don't like you, David Hogg, no, keep going, David Hogg, keep going. Then you got the AOCs of the world fighting against the establishment. Man, oh man, are things getting out of hand for the Democrat Party, and I am loving it. I'm feeling like McDonald's right now. I'm loving it. Anyway, y'all let me know what you think about this, man. This spells doom for the Democrat Party, in my humble opinion. This spells some major doom. Do I think David Hogg will back down from this? Yes. But he won't be happy about it. And there's going to be a group of individuals from the Democrat Party that truly believed in what David Hogg was doing, and they're not going to be happy either. So simply silencing them ain't going to cut it for the Democrat Party. They still going to have to deal with these folks, and it is going to be interesting to watch that all play out. So thanks for tuning in as always. Peace and love. I'm out.